The greatest obstacle standing between you and your strongest body is not your genetics, your age, or your schedule, but a story you have been telling yourself for years. A story that says transformation is something dramatic, something painful, something reserved for extraordinary people. Yet, if you look closely, the strongest bodies in the world were not built by extraordinary movements. They were built by ordinary movements repeated with extraordinary consistency. And that changes everything. I am Goswami, psychologist and best-selling author. Today, let me share my views how you can transform your body with cutting-edge strategies. Most people think fitness begins in the gym. It does not. Fitness begins at the silent conversation you have with yourself when nobody is watching. It begins at 5 a.m. when the alarm rings and your body negotiates with comfort. It begins when stress whispers, skip today. It begins when your mind says you have already failed before. The truth is, muscles are not merely biological tissue. They are physical evidences of a psychological decision. Every repetition is a what? Every workout is a statement. Every healthy meal is a declaration about who you believe you are becoming. Imagine two people standing in the same gym. One sees exercise as a punishment for what they ate yesterday. The other sees exercise as an investment in who they will become tomorrow. They may perform the same movements, lift the same weight, spend the same amount of time, but psychologically they are living in different worlds. One is escaping guilt, the other is building identity. And the identity always wins in the long run because people rarely sustain what they hate, but they often sustain what they value. Modern fitness culture has convinced many people that transformation is about intensity. Train harder, push further, suffer more. Yet the human body operates according to the different philosophy. The body rewards consistency more than heroics. A single brutal workout changes almost nothing. 1,000 ordinary workouts change everything. Think about a river carving through stone, not because it is powerful for one day, but because it returns every day, again and again. That is how bodies change. That is how lives change. The most cutting strategy in fitness isn't hidden in some secret supplement or revolutionary workout. It is understanding how the brain works. Psychologists call it identity-based behavior. When someone says, I am trying to get fit, their action remains temporary. But when someone says, I am a person who takes care of my body, every choice begins aligned naturally. The goal is no longer to lose weight. The goal is to become someone who honors their health, and suddenly discipline feels less like force and more like self-respect. Fuel matters too, not because food is merely calories. Food is transformation. Food is information. Every meal sends signal throughout your body. Signals about energy, recovery, strength, focus. The question is not simply what am I eating? The deeper question is what future am I feeding? Because today's choices are tomorrow's biology. There comes a moment in every transformation journey that nobody talks about. A moment when the mirror hasn't changed enough, the scale hasn't moved enough, the compliments haven't arrived yet, and the excitement has disappeared. This is where most people quit, not because they are weak, but because they expected visible results before invisible growth. Yet something remarkable is already happening. Your muscles are adapting, your habits are rewiring, your mind is becoming stronger than your excuses. The world cannot see it yet, but the transformation has already begun. And perhaps that is one of the life's deepest lessons. The most important changes happen in silence. A seed grows underground long before anyone sees a tree. A sunrise begins before the first light reaches the horizon, and strength develops long before it becomes visible. Your future body is being built by choices that seem insignificant today. The walk you most skipped, the workout you almost avoided, the healthy meal you almost replaced, the decision to continue when nobody would have blamed you for stopping. Those moments matter more than you realize because muscles are not only built with resistance, character is too. One day, years from now, you will look back at this version of yourself, not the version searching for shortcuts, not the version waiting for motivation, but the version standing at the edge of decision. The decision to become stronger, healthier, more disciplined, more alive. And perhaps you will realize that fitness was never really about appearance. It was about relationship you built with yourself. Every workout was an act of rest. Every workout was an act of self-respect. Every healthy choice was a promise kept. Every challenge overcome was evidence that you were capable of more than you believed. Because the strongest muscle you ever develop may not be in your arms, your chest, or your legs. It may be the part of you that chooses growth over discomfort, consistency over excuses, and long term health over short term pleasures. And once that muscle becomes strong, it changes far more than your body. Remember, friends, your muscles are built in the gym, but your transformation is built in the conversation you have with yourself. 1,000 ordinary workouts will always outperform one extraordinary burst of motivation. The body follows where identity leads. The strongest muscle you develop is the one that chooses growth when comfort is available. Today's habit are tomorrow's biology. Be healthy and happy and have a great day.